You wake up inside a battlefield, but you pretend it's a morning routine. You sip your coffee as if your body isn't already under siege. You scroll through your phone like you aren't bleeding signal, and you whisper affirmations into a field that's already claimed by contradiction. This is the cost of forgetting where you are. Every day you rise inside a war for frequency, and you keep calling it a to-do list, a wellness habit, a productivity system. You think magic happens when you journal in the morning and feel calm at night, but that's not magic, that's sedation. Magic is not calm. Magic is clarity, weaponized, directed force, field precision, and unless you command your field from the moment you open your eyes, you are not aligned, you are feeding the opposition. You don't get to be neutral anymore. There is no neutral. There is no break. There is no pause in your frequency. Only power taken or power tuned. Only alignment or erosion. Only field clarity or field collapse. You think the danger is failure, but it's not. The danger is the slow leaking of your signal until your life becomes a mirror of every influence you didn't clear, every thought form you didn't reject, every energetic parasite you didn't name and cut and banish. You think your identity is stable, but identity is a field, not a fact, and that field is in motion every second. Every scroll, every sigh, every time you repeat a phrase that isn't yours, every time you move from obligation, not from source, you're being rewritten, overwritten, coated with someone else's architecture, and you don't even notice, because you've confused familiarity with alignment. But alignment is not easy. Alignment is sharp, ruthless, aggressive in its filtration. You don't get aligned and stay there. You align or you are eaten. There is no rest in the energetic war. Not yet. Not while you still let others define the shape of your day, the tempo of your thoughts, the structure of your rituals, the scaffolding of your desire. You keep waiting for alignment to feel good, but that's the lie that keeps you looping. Alignment is not comfort, it's coherence. And coherence hurts when you're used to static. It burns when you've been soaking in noise. It strips the flesh of who you were pretending to be so you can finally stand as the you who commands without compromise. This is why the spell doesn't land. This is why the timeline doesn't lock. Because your field is cluttered by half-truths and daily decay. You meditate, but your apps are altars to collapse. You breathe, but your space is drenched in the energy of hesitation. You visualize, but your body's been coated by routines that serve a version of you that should have been buried 3 cycles ago. You don't need better vision boards, you need a better battlefield strategy, because every day is war. War for thought form dominance, war for anchor space, war for identity clarity, and only those who treat their field like a living altar will survive the entropy. You want alignment? Then you must cast it hourly. You must audit every corner of your existence like your magic depends on it. Because it does. The enemy is subtle. It wears the face of a friend. It sounds like a helpful suggestion. It enters through the podcast you half listen to, the tone of a DM, the posture you slouch into while just checking emails. Every one of these is a spell. Most of them aren't yours. That's the secret of the war. It's not loud, it's slow, gentle corrosion of sovereignty until you're living a life built by other people's frequencies and calling it growth. The daily energetic battle is not about being productive. It's about being ruthless in protection of your alignment signature. You walk like the field is listening, because it is. You eat like your body is encoding the future, because it is. You speak like your words seal timelines, because they do. And when your energy is diluted, you stop everything and recalibrate, because nothing matters more than signal clarity. Not your schedule, not your income, not your next move, because all of those things are only ever mirrors of the field, and the field only reflects what you affirm as law. This is your new mantra. If I don't align, I am eaten. Not because some dark force is out to get you, but because entropy is the law of the untuned field, and if you are not directing your reality, then something else is. And that something is not sacred, not sovereign, not yours. The world is full of ghosts looking for bodies to wear. And every time you delay your alignment, you give them yours. That's why the REALITYCRAFT way begins with frequency warfare. Not kindness, not casual practice, but war. Ritual war. Sacred aggression in service of your divine coherence. You do not wait until you feel ready. You command your readiness into being. You do not hope for the aligned timeline. You slice every unaligned one to ash. You do not wait for the universe to affirm your spell. You are the affirmation. You are the law. You are the sovereign signature this field must obey.